Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says youth should come forward and write the destiny of our country. Government begins COVID-19 vaccine transportation process to various cities across the country. Principal Secretary of Health and Family Welfare, Nagaland, says preparation for rollout of COVID-19 vaccination in the state on track, says 26,500 doses of COVID-19 vaccines supplied to the state. And Supreme Court puts a stay on implementation of the 3 farm laws, sets up committee to hold talks. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that our youth should come forward and write the destiny of our country. He said it is the responsibility of the youth to lead the future of India, and this responsibility also involves the politics of the nation because today's politics also needs the youth. Addressing the valedictory function of the second National Youth Parliament Festival today through video conferencing, Modi said, "Our politics needs young people and politics a constructive medium to make positive changes." The Prime Minister said an ecosystem is being prepared for our youth to develop their talent according to their dreams. Be it the education system, social system, or legal nuances, these things are being kept in the center of everything. He said a new national education policy focuses on development of better individuals and from better individuals to a better country. He said a new national education policy is a step towards nation building, and the government is building an ecosystem which will give better opportunities to the youth. Speaking about Swami Vivekananda, Modi said, Swamiji always stressed equally on physical and mental strength and spoke about muscles of iron and nerves of steel. The Prime Minister said, inspired from the teachings of Swami Vivekananda, government is specially focusing on the mental and physical fitness of the Indian youth. The much-awaited distribution of Covishield vaccine developed by Serum Institute of India, SII, in Pune began today. 6 cold storage containers with a stock of these vaccines were dispatched to the Pune airport amidst tight security. Before dispatching vaccines, religious rituals were performed in the presence of the staff and officers of SII who distributed sweets and expressed happiness over the dispatch of the very first consignment of Covishield. The vaccine is being sent to 13 cities across the country from Pune Airport, which includes Aurangabad, Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, Karnal, Kolkata, Vijayawada, Hyderabad, Guwahati, Lucknow, Chandigarh and Bhubaneswar. The first flight left at 8 a.m. for Delhi. Nagaland is gearing up for the rollout of the first phase of COVID-19 vaccination drive, which is scheduled to take place on 16th of this month. Principal Secretary Health and Family Welfare, Amardeep Singh Patia, today said preparations are on track for the rollout of the vaccination. He said 26,500 doses of COVID-19 vaccine are being supplied to Nagaland by the Serum Institute of India. He said vaccination in Nagaland will be in a phased manner for which prioritized beneficiaries such as healthcare workers of both state and central governments and armed forces will be vaccinated in the initial first phase. Patia urged the concerned departments to actively participate in the vaccination drive and also to disseminate clear instructions in all the districts. It may be mentioned that 19,690 health workers have registered for vaccination in the first phase, and a total of 1,206 sessions sites have also been identified for the vaccination drive in the state. Nagaland's COVID-19 cases are inching towards 12,000 mark as detection of 10 fresh cases of COVID-19 today, adding up the tally to 11,997. Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangyapom said 6 new cases were detected from Dimapur and 2 each from Kohima and Mogokshu, while 12 infected persons have also recovered, of which 6 were from Dimapur, 5 in Kohima and 1 from Kifre. With this, the total recovered cases stand at 11,667. Presently, there are 105 active cases in the state. The government has said that 2 doses of vaccine, 28 days apart, need to be taken by an individual to complete the vaccination schedule. The Health Ministry has come out with a series of frequently asked questions about COVID-19 vaccine on various aspects. It said protective levels of antibodies are generally developed 2 weeks after receiving the second dose of COVID-19 vaccine. The ministry has said that vaccination for COVID-19 is voluntary. However, it has advised to receive the complete schedule of COVID-19 vaccine for protecting oneself against this disease. This will also limit the spread of this disease to the close contacts, including family members, friends, relatives, and co-workers. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. Supreme Court has put a stay on the implementation of the 3 farm laws. It has also set up a committee of experts to facilitate talks between the centre and farmers' unions to resolve the impasse. The bench, headed by Chief Justice of India, S.A. Bopre, and comprising Justices A.S. Bopanna and V. Ramasubramaniam, said those genuinely interested in finding a solution would appear before the committee. The bench was hearing a batch of petitions regarding the constitutional validity of the 3 farm laws passed by Parliament in a plea to disperse the protesting farmers. The bench said that we are concerned about the validity of the laws and also about protecting the life and property of citizens affected by protesters. Chief Justice S.A. Bopre said that the committee will not pass an order or punish and submit a report to the Supreme Court. The Chief Justice said the committee is the judicial process in this case. Army Chief General Manoj Naravane said a broad roadmap is being prepared to bring in all the new technologies to develop a technology-enabled army to meet challenges of the future. The Army Chief said Pakistan continues to embrace terrorism and is using it as an instrument of state policy. He said India is having zero tolerance for cross-border terrorism and reserves the right to respond with precision. General Naravane said Pakistan and China together form a potent threat. He, however, said India is ready to meet any eventuality and operational preparedness is of very high order. General Naravane said India maintains a high state of preparedness all along the northern borders and hoping for a peaceful solution. The nation is celebrating birth anniversary of youth icon Swami Vivekananda today. One of the greatest spiritual leaders of India, Swami Vivekananda, introduced the world to the Indian philosophies of Vedanta and Yoga. He became popular in the Western world after his famous speech at the World's Parliament of Religions held in Chicago in 1893. Swami Vivekananda's birth anniversary is also celebrated as National Youth Day in the country. President, Vice President, and Prime Minister today paid tributes to Swami Vivekananda on his birth anniversary. Superintendent of Police Kohima has issued traffic regulations for heavy vehicles to facilitate the smooth flow of traffic as well as ease traffic congestion in Kohima town. The order will come into force with immediate effect till further order. It said heavy vehicles entering Kohima will be restricted from Kusama Police Check Gate from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. while entry of heavy vehicles coming towards Kohima from Dimapur side will be restricted from Chapra from 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. Further, heavy vehicles entering into Kohima town will be restricted from bypass traffic police booth from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. And as the nation fights COVID-19 pandemic, let us all remember to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, wash hands frequently with soap and water, or use hand sanitizer, and follow social distancing norms. And now to the news, here are the main points again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says, youth should come forward and write the destiny of our country. Government begins COVID-19 vaccine transportation process to various cities across the country. Principal Secretary of Health and Family Welfare Nagaland says preparation for rollout of COVID-19 vaccination in the state on track, says 26,500 doses of COVID-19 vaccines supplied to the state. And Supreme Court puts a stay on implementation of the 3 farm laws, sets up committee to hold talks. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.